Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Here we're doing a Sims 3 run through, and I decided to just start recording this and go with a different format than I usually would, just on a whim. So please, if you guys like the way that this video turns out or you prefer this format, please let me know. Hello, lizard. My cat is here to say, hey. Yes. So, I just made this video because I'm moving between two houses, so I'm kind of swapping the furniture around until these money trees are done. Because, it's offering to let me sell it for like $3,400 and something dollars. But I said, nah, that produces like way more money than that. So I'm waiting it out, and then I'm gonna sell the old house. I just didn't really love the layout of that house, and it was 3 levels, and the bedroom that my sim was using most frequently was on the 3rd floor, and I'm just like, man, this is kinda lame. So this house is a little bit more compact, and I think that I might have had 2 bathrooms at the other house, but we're gonna have to see. Oh, I do have 2 bathrooms in this one, actually. I forgot that the downstairs is a half bath. But also, I get a lot of items from my sim dumpster diving, and that's something that is enriching for a frugal sim. So if you ever just, wanted to have a frugal sim and make them dumpster dive, they also get a little moodlet boost about putting away leftovers and shopping with coupons, getting sales on classes, stuff like that. So that's just a whole other aspect. I love to play Sims 3 because I think that the playability is just so much better than Sims 4 in my opinion, but Sims 4's customization is just insane. What do you guys think about how they just they canceled Sims 5 on us? That was pretty rude. So the houses that I am moving between are actually 2 that I downloaded offline, and I will try and provide the links to those houses if you wanted to download them, see if these houses are right for you. I know that there is usually a lot of empty space, and if you're putting together your own town, that would actually be super helpful to have different houses. And I actually think that at this point, I don't have a big park. Because I downloaded one and I hated it, and I simply deleted it. And then I didn't have any saved that were big parks. I only had small parks saved, so I just didn't put anything in yet. And I'm gonna have to go seek that out. So right here we're gonna see all of my cow stuff is coming out. I love cows. I don't think that this should come as any surprise to anyone who has been around here for more than 3 minutes. But also, I probably haven't straight up talked about how cows are the best on here, so maybe I'm being a little presumptuous, but guys like me always dig cows. That's I make the rules because I'm the guy that's like me. The thing I find most unfortunate about The Sims 3 and the cataloging option here is that you can't really make them bigger. And also, sometimes it doesn't show as the right color, and different color variations are just stacked, so you kind of have to pull all of them out if you know that you have a certain one and you just need that for the room. The blue chair with the clouds on it actually was in this room with the blue clouds all over the walls. And I was like, you guys, why did you blend this whole room together? No offense to the creator. I think it's cute in some sense, but I also would have put the blue chairs as an accent in a different room to kind of like do a throwback to this cloud room. But let's be real, guys, I don't upload my houses, so say about that what you will. Bully me into building my own houses. I used to do that all the time on The Sims 2, actually. I loved creating houses from the ground up. It was horrifying. And it's like, over time I would have to improve it because I couldn't just go out and find a Sims 2 cheat code. I'd have to like go to the library with my mom, and then she'd have to get us on the computer. This is the part where I have to put the walls up because for whatever reason it just doesn't show you the decorations on the walls unless they're up, and I'm... wow, guys. Wow. So the second portion of this is definitely an hour long, so I will chop these up into 30-minute segments approximately, I think, and we'll see how that tests with you guys. You guys being anyone watching this, I hope that you're having a great time of whatever hour this is. Gotta put the tissues on the spare desk. Always. Now, over time, I'm probably going to definitely change a lot of the wallpaper and flooring and stuff in here. But I do just like things a certain way, and I feel like I'm entitled to that. Oh, the rubber duck. So when you let your sim take a bath and there's a duck in the bathroom, it gives you like a little moodlet that's like duck time, and it like just bathing in that tub gives you a higher moodlet because you were in there, and it gives you like fun. It gives you fun back, you guys. Lovely. I always have a candle, the bubble bath, and the duck in my showers, especially if they have bathtubs. I don't know that you can put the rubber duck in the bath or in the shower, but if you can and you know that, just let me know. Pop that down in the comments. I don't know why at this point I wasn't like turning the lights on so I could see it. If it wouldn't let me, I don't know. I tend to like to leave an open path so two Sims can pass each other in a room, which is why like most of my stuff is oriented towards the edges. But that spare room, I am gonna make it so two people could stay in that room comfortably together, even if they keep different kinds of hours. So like the one side of the room is probably gonna have like activities on it, and then the other side is gonna be for like just sleeping. Hi, sweetheart. You wanna say hi to the viewers? Meow. Yes, you love the pets. You love the pets. You love the pets. In case it wasn't obvious, I am voicing this over at a separate time of my designing. I literally just cannot speak when I'm in this zone like this. So I was just sitting here listening to music while I was doing this and just going for it. Meow. I do a lot of different things with all of my Sims, like collecting and gardening. Usually myself Sims do gardening, cooking, and collecting. Sometimes I delve into fishing, not gonna lie. I have another town, which I downloaded an entire town, and I kicked out all the people that I didn't really want to hear from, like all the Sims that were there. No offense, guys, again. I just, I wanted to put multiple versions of myself, like all of the different, Sim versions of me that I had created over time. So, you will see this Mars in there, but I think, I don't know if I updated this one's outfit actually, so it might be an identical clone in there. You're gonna see me scrolling up and down pretty repeatedly, just looking for certain items that I have in here. Got 3 stripy ones, it's not stripy. Orange, 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 and orange. Okay, so that one's light. I love that one. Got that from the dumpster. Good, I brought the sink over. Good, that fits in there. Nice. I don't always practice symmetry, but I did just so happen to have both of those plants in the same room, and I thought that would look nice like that. You'll see that I do a lot of like flipping, turning, and all that kind of stuff. Oh, I didn't like that couch, it matches the other living one that came with this house, which it's nice. I just have cow print chairs. That's the answer. I have cow print chairs. When I used to stream on Twitch, which I don't do anymore, I'm locked out of my Twitch account, and I don't really have any interest in that platform anymore. They're just too strict on, like, no real stuff, you know. I started up on Kick a while back, and I think that I got to affiliate, like, really quickly there. But, I haven't been able to get on lately. Maybe I can get back into that. I'm not sure yet. I'm trying to get back into a lot of things. Oh, bless you, sweetheart. I'm sorry for the feedback that is probably being picked up from the fan, but unfortunately my computer doesn't have a battery in it right now, so it definitely needs a cooling tray, and it just needs one period, but the fan for the cooling tray is going, so I apologize. I can see about trying to cut it out if it's too bad on the recording. I personally can't hear it in the headphones. Oh wait. Yeah, I am plugged in. I can't hear it, so I'm hoping that that is not an issue for anyone watching. Gotta put the chess table in. I try so hard to fit that tiny thing in there because there's a different or similar version. I'm not sure if it's in this one or in Sims 4, but it's able to fit on the desktop, and I'm just mad that that one is still so small, and they're like, no, you can't put this on any table. Love that multicolored gem. Garbage cans at the old house, but like that being said, I pull garbage cans out of the dumpster constantly with my Sims, so really not worried about it. I left like a bunch of alarm clocks over there too, because that's another really common one, which is kind of hilarious because I don't even know anyone that has an alarm clock that looks like these. I know that I wanted one really bad because it reminded me of like all the cartoons I grew up on, but I never had one. We always had the clock radios with the digital on the front. Yes, meow. Gotta finagle with this a little bit before I can fit it in there. classic, the notepad in the hallway. I love the countertops in here, but I don't know. Whenever I've put in countertops, I've never seen that pattern on the top. But maybe I just missed it. Maybe I got it in the download pack. Maybe the person designed those countertops, and if they did, bravo, that shit looks great. I liked the idea of dividing the kitchen, but I didn't like the shelf that was there. And I feel like with this, it's kind of cool, like you can converse through the cubes. And I think that my living room is definitely bigger at the old house, so that is stopping me from having as much stuff in it, which is fine. I did this to downsize, I know. And I hate this thing where the corner of the counter breaks off when you like even do anything in the same room, so I'm gonna have to fix that. I remember having to fix that. Meow. Why? Come up. Oh, I'm not sure if I went through how I used to have a cat cam when I would stream on Twitch. When I had my desk set up, there was a ledge for a second monitor. I didn't need that, I only used one monitor, so I had a bowl of water up there and the camera facing, and my cats would come chill up there, just lounge, sometimes drink the water, sometimes lick each other. It was so cute. So like, I'm not a huge fan of my Sims eating indoors when they can just go sit outside. That being said, I wanted to have the option to do it here and not on the easy chairs, even though, why would you sit anywhere else if you had a cool chair like that? Meow. There it is. So the chair pattern actually matched. That's why I didn't put that one up outside, or put that one upstairs, is because I remembered that the countertops were like the same pattern. And I wanted to bring that to the same room or area. Come on, bro. Why the Shrek did you do all that? Please do not ask me why I know all of these names. It's all part of the game, baby. It's all part of the game. Yeah. I have the other ones that are sunflowers at the other house, but I honestly think that this green version that came with this house is nicer, and the contrast with these other ones that I had brought that over from the other place. Compartment sink. So I don't know if you guys know this, but that extra little compartment on the side of those two-parted sinks, they're actually for the silverware. Yeah, who knew? I lived in a house where we had one of those, and I was so curious as to why there was a small sink there. And my roommate didn't know, so we looked it up, and I was like, wow. So then I was demanding people put the silverware over there. Got a lot of knives though in there, so I had to be very, very careful. most dangerous kind of knife is one that you are not in control of. Remember that. Okay, it looks like we've got 11.5 minutes left. So, there was a point where I had to, like, stop recording and go do something else for a little bit because, like I said, I get so in the zone, so I have to really force myself to take these breaks. And the other half of this was like definitely an hour long, so I definitely have to cut that up. If you've gotten this far, thank you. Honestly, I really don't have a lot of subscribers, but I'm thankful for every one of you guys sticking through all the different things that I do here. And if you know, gaming like this kind of changes things for my channel, I might move it onto its own channel. I'm sorry if you heard that. I really like the red one, but I need to figure out where that one will fit. At this point, I was trying to see if the gem would go in the shelf, because I think some shelves will have openings where you can, like, just stick a book on there, which is fine. Oh, you coming back? Meow. Come on. You said, who are you talking to, Dad? Come on. Okay, then don't. Shaking my head. Yes. There you go, you came up here. Good job. The sunflowers here, I definitely picked up from the other house. But I don't know. I don't think anyone would be mad that I wanted to put different furniture at a house they built. Got this swaggin' bench. I think that came with the other house too, but my house is now. Yes, lizard. Hi, sweetie baby. Yeah, meow. Oh, you're still so fluffy from the brushings. Ouch. Had a really big backyard for some reason, which, not complaining. Small houses are hard to entertain guests in unless you have a lot of outdoor space. So I'm glad for that. But you're the one that's tangled yourself up in the headphones, girl. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Gotta set up my grill. And you know, this just happened to match this, and it also looks like it belongs outside, so that's just perfect. That item is called the Pele's Torch, but don't quote me on that. I know the Pele is in the gotta get my creepy telescope on. Cool. Didn't realize there was a walkway that close to my house. I think this is my first time noticing it, and when I was recording, I was like, oh man, anyone can just look into my yard. I'm so glad that I have these sunflowers. Oh yeah. Yeah, you want attention? My front yard really doesn't have anything, but I can fix that. Yeah, so I'm looking at the path there and I'm like, oh gosh, what if I'm grilling and I don't want to talk to somebody? So that's when I decided that I was going to put these sunflowers in the way here. And then I was trying to make it so it was more like a wall. So I ended up going with like a diagonal line in a minute. Spoiler alert, guys. This part I wanted to make like a plant shield. So it's like, I don't know if Sims can see through things. I know that I sure can as the simulation manager, but they are not the same as me. Oh no, they are not. So I wanted to at least put some decoration, and I kind of like the small amount of symmetry I made with these two staircases, despite the fact that they are 90 degrees apart. The old house, I think, has this porch that like you can enter through either side, and I just don't like that. So I'm glad that my porch has one entrance. Got my windows. It's actually much more important for me to line this path with the flamingos. Yard, or you go through, or you either go through my front door or you go through the yard. Gotta get my stacks of bugs. Fun fact about me, I be a bug kid, and I still kind of am. There's a few that I really, really don't like, and I feel bad saying it, but one of them can kill me, and the other one horrifies me to no end. Well, and I don't really like parasites, but I suppose they're better than the other two, so I would take parasites any day. But I always was outside. I always hung out with, like, boys. Gosh, who knew that I was half boy? I'm like girl water with boy flavoring. Like a LaCroix that talked to a girl once. It's too big. So like at this point I was just reworking everything in this room because I was like, well, don't know what I'm trying to do, but I would like to have some sort of privacy going on. And I really liked that bookcase. I didn't really want to return that. I was so happy when that came together and it gave them each space to walk. It's not ideal because, like I was saying before, I like to have a lot of space for my two Sims to walk together. Oh, looks like my video is over now, but thank you for tuning in if you did. And I guess you could like this video, it would probably help me out, but if you didn't enjoy yourself, put a thumbs down. I want you to be honest.